guys. So August 4th, 2016 was when I officially started this channel and sort of started making it what it's become today, and we've come a long way since then. But here's the review we've all been waiting for. The review of my main battle axe, the B-flat Yamaha YTR-8310Z Bobby Shew horn. So this is really a great trumpet for anyone looking to step up from the student to intermediate range. It was designed in part by Bobby Shew himself, a jazz legend, and Yamaha has done a superb job with this horn. I have few real complaints to really say about it. I mean, really, the valve action is good. We actually had, with this particular model, we had troubles. I think we might have mixed valve oils or something. I don't really recall. It was a long time ago. But it took them ages to get back to where they are now, but they're great now. Really, I can't ask for anything more. The slides are just as good as you'd expect them to be. Yeah, they're good. The compression on this horn is certainly present. The water keys are good. They form a tight seal at the very least. And yeah, this trumpet has a reverse lead pipe. As you can see there, the lead pipe actually goes into the tuning slide rather than the other way around. And this makes the trumpet a little more free-blowing. I have to say, one of my complaints is that this metal sort of tarnishes really easily. You can see that just having the slide, there's actually, let me see if I can get it to focus. Part of this pipe, this inner slide is actually, it had some finish on it, but it's sort of peeled off now. That's another complaint. But you can see about where I usually have my slide, because the color gets a little unpleasant right about there. So yeah, this instrument is pretty sharp, so you'll have your slide out that far about all the time. But really, it's a nice horn. This thing is light as a feather. It's crazy free-blowing, and it's an amazing jazz horn that will get you through the symphony as well. So, last year, the very first song I played on this channel, I believe, was my attempt at the first variation of the Arbon's Carnival of Venice. That wasn't actually variation 1, turns out. I don't actually have the Arbon's book, I just sort of learned it. So now, I will bring you guys the actual variation 1, or at least as much of it as I've learned. That's about as much as I've learned. Anyways, this trumpet has pretty good consistency in all registers. There isn't any low register missing, just because it's built lightweight and to play high. So, I mean, that's about as good as I can do. So, this trumpet is pretty good. That is the bottom line. As for mouthpiece, I'm just using the mouthpiece that came with it, the Bobby Shew Jazz mouthpiece. You can get a Bobby Shew lead mouthpiece. I don't think I'd want to play on a lead mouthpiece, so I'm sticking to this. It's plenty good for playing high. It's about equivalent to a 3D. Not a 3C, just a little shallower than that. I'd been playing on 7Cs up to that point. I'd played on a Yamaha 11B4, which is like maybe a 7D. And I was under the impression that this was about a 7 rim because I liked it so much. Turns out I was just starting to outgrow the smaller mouthpieces. So if you like smaller mouthpieces, probably don't play on this one because it's a little bit bigger. Especially if you're like a lead player and you prefer to play on small mouthpieces, then this isn't the one for you. However, if you want to play high, but you don't want to be using a Bach 1C, this is a viable option. So, as for screaming lead parts, my high register, I haven't been keeping it up much at all. But I guess I'll try playing a little bit out of Maynard Ferguson's Rocky. I'll give it my best shot. That's the best I can do for you guys. There's solo 1. Solo 2, I guess. Alright, I think you guys have had enough of that. But the point is, this thing can scream if you really give it some gas. This is not some sort of like cheater, I don't know, some sort of cheater lead mouthpiece. This is, I said it has about a 3 rim. So it's a fairly large mouthpiece, and it can really squeal up there. That's in part thanks to this trumpet. You know, again, it's built super light. It's got that reverse lead pipe. Because of the reverse lead pipe, the bell brace is really far back, which allows for some very free vibrations, fewer interruptions in the vibrations as well. So we've seen sort of like the lead side of this, but this thing can also play really mellow if you put the right mouthpiece on it. Here's my sort of go-to mouthpiece, a Bach Megatone 3C, and with it you can really play some sweet stuff. Bit of Pat Metheny for you guys. But with the right mouthpiece, this thing can play anything from the sweet side of jazz all the way to, I don't know, Haydn's Trumpet Concerto, perhaps. Pretty nice stuff. I mean, you can really access all registers even while playing with a nice mellow sound. So do I have any real gripes about this instrument? Well, I'm glad you did, or probably didn't, ask, because I do. So, for one, this is sort of, I guess, one of those problems you can overcome if you try hard enough, but normal Harman mute does not fit in this bell. It just doesn't. I don't know why that is, but I had to get a Joe Rao bubble mute because that was the only one that fit. Seemingly it takes a while to taper at the bell throat, but I don't know. I mean, it is a problem you can solve. It's just that if your band director wants you all to be using regular Harman mutes because he thinks there's something bad about bubble mutes, then you could be in a bit of trouble with this horn. Also, I don't know if this is all trumpets, but dings show up in the metal really easily. Like, ever since I was a dumbass in 8th grade and got this giant dent along the back, right there where I dropped it, ever since then I've been super careful with this thing. I don't let it go anywhere without my eyes on it. However, there's one or two dents down here, or not. I don't know if you can call them dents, but they're little ripples in the metal. There's a couple near where I dented it. There's one on the first valve. They just kind of show up as they please. So you're going to have to be super careful with this thing. I suppose that's all trumpets, but because it was built so lightweight, I'm pretty sure the metal is really thin on this trumpet. But I mean, these are all sort of gripes that you can work around with the right care. I mean, things like tarnish on the inner slides and I guess sort of those fingernail marks under the lead pipe are sort of inevitable. But I guess you can sort of alleviate those problems by, I don't know, buffing your horn or something like that. I just don't have the resources to do that as of now. But really, all in all, this is a great horn. To be honest, this is definitely a professional level instrument. And if you're looking for one and you want to play in a jazz band, this really is the horn for you. So that was a review of the Yamaha YTR-8310Z. Hit me up if you have any further questions about it, and have a nice day.